Hello crafters, I'm JanB and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. Today I'm going to show you how to make a pop-up flip card. The card is closed as normal. It's a little bit on the bulky side because it has a mechanism in there. Beauty of this is when you open it up, this comes down. Okay, so what happens is you can stand that on the shelf, table, whatever, and it will stay like that. The view that you would get sideways, which is the view that I'm getting, is more like that. So you can really see how lovely that is. This is the first one I made, and I made this as a birthday card for my son. Used the Sweet Strawberry set. So you open that up, and then it will just sit like that. I left these two open like this overnight, and they both stayed like this. And this is the kind of view that you would get if you were viewing the shell, shall we say. Okay. Now, one thing that I've done wrong with this is I've put the LD, his name's Lee Darren, we call him LD, that is too close to here because that will slide along and it catches on the letters. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if I can be able to show you that. Oh yes, there you go. See how that's catching on the D there. Okay, so when you put any decorations on, or on the outside or here, just be aware of what it's going to be touching. With this one, I watched about 4 videos to see how this was made, and nobody said that be careful not to have too much hanging over here. So whether that's the cause of my problem or not, I don't know. But what's happened is with this one, when I first made it, it just would not like open. It stayed like that most of the time. And I think it's because there's too much there. If anybody knows about this, I'd be interested to hear. But I think that's making the top too heavy and it's stopping the bottom from going down. It's working better now because I've put an extra flower there, and on the back I cut another oval. In fact, I did the one that was the size of the white, cut it in half, and I've adhered it on the back of that one so you can't see it, and that is coming down a lot better. So I would say to you, be careful not to have anything coming up too high. I'll just show you the stamp set that I used for this one, and it's the hand penned petals, and the designer series paper here is called hand penned. I did both of these, and I've used that one for there, and that one I dissected it and used it for the bits in here, and that one there, that was off of here, but I needed to try and get that one sorted out. As you can see, that stands really quite nicely now. I'm going to tell you the card pieces that you're going to need first. The measurements I'll be giving you are inches for people who use A4 cardstock. I will put them in the box below the video together with the metric measurements for this one. I will also put the North American measurements in the box below, and that's for everybody who uses letter size cardstock. Okay, so to start off with, you need a card base in Melon Mambo, which measures 8¼ inches by 5 3/4 inches, scored and folded at 4 1/8 inches. I'm not sure that I've actually folded that very well, have I? Let me just crease that before I forget. That's it. And then you will need a piece of basic white cardstock and a piece of designer series paper. This is from hand penned, and this is actually the other side of this one here. Okay, and both of these pieces measure 3 7/8 inches by 5½ inches, and then you need a piece of Melon Mambo that measures 3 inches by 4 inches, another piece of Melon Mambo which measures 2 1/4 inches by 3/4 inch, and then I'm going to be die cutting the window on my card using it's not that one, is it? What have I done? Here we go. Using the number 4 die from the stitched shaped framelits. Okay, there's 4 of them. This is number 3, this is number 4. So number 4 for my window, and this is number 3. I can't give you sizes for this because it really does depend on what you use to cut out your window. If you're using layering dies, that's fine, just use one lower. Okay, so those are the pieces. I'm going to do the scoring first. Okay, so these 2 pieces need scoring. I'm going to use my trimmer. And the small piece we are going to score at 1 inch. And the other one we're going to turn onto the horizontal side, and we're going to score at 3 inches, 2 inches, I'm going backwards, aren't I? And 1 inch. There we go. So that's the only scoring that we need to be doing. Just fold these and get some nice creases, and make sure that as you're folding over, these sides line up perfectly, because if they don't, your mechanism's not going to work properly. That was a little bit out. There we go. And then this one. I had wanted to use my fast fuse to do this, but I ran out. Right, so let's put the card together first, I think, and then we do the mechanism. Right, so inside I'm going to adhere this using Tombow. This might be the only time I use Tombow on this card, and I'll explain why. Okay, so some tweezers. There we go. And on the front, as you saw, I put tape around here. And the reason that needs to be tape on there, rather than, you can use Tombow, but you have to be extremely careful, because you don't want any glue on this bit where the window is going to be going. Okay, just use my take your pick to remove my backings. If you're one of my newer subscribers, you may not have seen me doing this. I haven't done it for ages, but I do struggle to get things straight, and that does include adhering my layers. And when I first started learning card making, let me just concentrate for a minute. There we go. I was taught to lift one corner on all 4 sides and have it sticking out like I had that one sticking out, but I never could get to grips with that one. I found by taking the 2 on the side worked a lot better, so that's my way of doing it. Right, so what we need to do now is to cut our window. And where's my die? Now this will be a little bit stiffer to put you through your machine because you're doing 2 layers. Now I'm using my Big Shot because I do like to use my magnet, and if I just a minute, let me think. I'm going to, this is really quite scratched now, so what I'm going to do this clean, I think it is, so that all that doesn't get onto the back of my window. I'm going to put a piece of paper underneath it. It'll make it a little bit extra thick to go through, but that's okay, I can cope. So you just pop this on here in the centre, so that these two sides are about the same and top and bottom are about the same. I think that looks okay. Come on. That's better. Got that one under. Hope that didn't move. There we go. I think that's the only die cutting we need to do. I know that it's gone through. Look, it's taken that piece off as well. Now what you need is, you need this piece, not the piece that's on the back of it though. That can go. And I'll keep that. What I thought I could use that for is at some stage, maybe as a layer for that. That'd be quite nice, wouldn't it? Might be a bit pale. Right, this colour, by the way, is Blushing Bride. And I put it with Melon Mambo. It's good, isn't it? I think it goes. Well, if you don't think it goes at the moment, I'm sure you will do when you see what I'm going to be decorating my card with. Right, let's move this out of the way. Now, the first thing we're going to do, we're going to attach this. And what you need to do is, on one side, I wonder if I could get away with using my snail for this. It's just so much easier, isn't it? I'm going to try. I do recommend that you use something a bit stronger than snail. But there we go. Now, you've got the 4 all going inwards. Take the top one, doesn't matter which one you use as the top one, and put your glue runner on that. Okay, if any comes over the edge, just push it all back again. Now to put this into your card, if you fold it in half, so you've got sticky outside, you need to put, let me show you what you want looking for. Make sure I don't stick that side down. When you put this in here, you want to make sure that that is half, as far in the centre as possible, okay? It should go down further like that, so you've only got a little bit of that score line. Okay, so let's have a go. It's going to go that way. Let's bring my gluey side back again. And in fact, I'm going to first of all get myself in position. So that's about right. So that's going right up to the score line there. Right, I should have said only put 2 lines of glue on there. As you can see, I took my glue all the way up there, and because you can see that score line, it's coming over. If you've got a glue eraser, it's no problem, you take that off. This is one of those things that lasts a lifetime. Once you've bought one, you just keep picking the bits off as you use it. I don't think anybody can ever get through all of one of those. Right, so that's that. There's a bit of glue through that, but that's all right. No worries there. So now I am going to put glue on this one, and this one can be all over, which was the easy way of doing this one. That's it. I'll do it like that. Okay, so this one's going to be the one that's going to stick on the white. So if you fold that back down again like that, and then you just close your card on top of it. Okay. I hesitate to put my bone folder over this because you finish up getting lines across there. Okay, so this is the mechanism of our card. This is a pop-up bit. And now we need to put this bit on. As you can see, you haven't scored halfway on this because this one at the front is shorter. Okay. So what you need to do is, this is going to be adhered in the centre on the box that you've put there, and it's just going to meet up with the edge of that oval. When you do this, now this bit I don't understand, is I don't know why that bit goes over, or why you've got a bit coming over here, but that is correct. Okay, don't think that you've done something wrong. That's why I watched 4 different videos to make sure that this bit was correct, and it is. So you need to glue this onto here. Now I think you should glue from all the way top to bottom, and the easiest way of doing that is I draw little pencil marks, very faint, along there and along there. I'm going to use snail again. I'm scared I'm going to go over the edges. Let's do it that way, because that way it's going onto my silicone mat, and that will not be a problem. Okay. Now that won't matter either because something's going on that. Okay. There we go. Now we need to adhere this. No, we don't. We need to adhere this onto here. So again, inside my lines, it's just about touching, very, very slightly touching the oval there. It's not pushed up hard against it. Okay, so now you've got this bit, and this is the bit that you're going to be putting this on. Okay, right, let's give that a try. I'm not used to using snail. As you know, you very rarely ever see me doing it. I wonder if I should just use Tombow on that. I'm sorry, I should be using tape, but I love my Tombow. So all I'm doing is just going in that bit there. I've left all the edges. Oh no, I haven't, have I? Let's wipe that bit off. So what I've done is I've left enough room on that shape. Let me bring a bit of paper in so you can see where it starts and finishes. Okay, so that's all the bit that's folding back, so you can see how much glue I've put on there. If any of that oozes, it's not going to ooze right the way to the outside edges. So now this one is going to be lined up on top. The advantage of this, of course, is Tombow will allow you a bit of wiggle room as well. If you're a dab hand with the glue runner, go for it, because I think it's possibly stronger. Okay. And now this is a telling time whether you've done it correctly. Now, let's move that out of the way. Okay, so that's fine. That's fine. See? That's how it should be. Not sure what that is. Bit of hairy bit. God, I love it. Look at that. Never mind. Right, so what I'm going to do is, I should have done this bit first actually. I'm going to stamp a sentiment on here, and I have two sentiments. One I'm going to put on here, and that is happy birthday, and on here I'm going to put a little hello from me to you. And both of these are from the Pansy Patch. A little hello from me to you and happy birthday. And these I'm going to do freehand. Now with this box that you've put on here, this is not going to open right the way up. It will go about that far. If you tried pushing it down like that, I don't really know what would happen, but I wouldn't try it. Okay, you've got that much. I don't know the technical bits about that, but I just want that to stay out of the way for a minute. I'm using Melon Mambo ink. Excuse me. Right. Let me see how far I can bring this down to me. Yes. Right, okay. There we go. Nearly straight, look at that. Okay, so that's that one. Now I want one for here. Happy birthday. And I'm just doing that down at the bottom here. Come down a bit. Yep, you're still with me. Make sure that's straight. There we go. Good, good, good. I'm happy. Right. I'm just going to adhere this in place. And actually, yes, this is Tombow as well. I didn't think I'd be using him much today. And there we go. Right, okay. Now, what I have been playing with are the Poppy Moment dies. Okay. I've been using this one. It's the orange is one die and the one under there is another one. That little die is for in the centre there. I've used that leaf and that leaf. They're two-tone as well. And that leaf and they're two-tone. That one I've been doing green to go with this, and this one I've been doing pink, the same colour as this. Now I've started using one of our beautiful new products, and it is called 2023 InColour Shimmer Vellum, and it is gorgeous. Let me show you what I've been doing. Those on the right hand side in the yellow column are not the vellum. Okay, now I have been experimenting here with loads. First of all, let me show you the vellum. I thought I put it over there. Oh, what did I do? I know it's his. Oh, it's right behind me. Silly so-and-so. Right, okay, there's 5 colours. This is evergreen. Let me move that back out of the way because you can't see with all that busyness there. This is the evergreen, no, evening evergreen. Now, if you look at one side, it's really, really shiny. Now, you will have seen, if you saw the video I did last week, showing you the products that I bought. But on the other side, it's quite a different colour. It's quite plain. And I thought, well, I could do that, couldn't I? To get the two-tone, like the orange and brown that I showed you in the die cuts. And so I've used the evening evergreen, and I've used the polished pink. Okay, so you get both sides of that. You can see one's quite flat and the other gorgeous shimmery. So if I show you the other 3 colours, first of all there's Fresh Freezer. Okay, nice shimmery side. And the matte side. I'm showing you this to give you ideas of exactly what you could be doing with this vellum. You get 2 sheets of each colour, so it's 10 sheets in all. This is a pale papaya. You see how different that is? One's shiny, one is flat matte type, and this one is the soft succulent. I keep calling it so succulent. Okay, so that's the shiny side, and that is the matte side. So this is what I have done with my die cutting. Okay, so now I should have, right, now this is one where I have used the vellum, the plain side inside, okay, it's the plain side inside and the shimmery bit on the outside. The black there was some black shimmer paper I found in my stash, which was left over from a couple of years ago. Okay, so right at the back there it's all shimmery. Okay, so that's a flower. Did I do a leaf that I've left? Well, this one was one of my experiments, and you can see I've used the flat for the outside and a glimmery bit for the inside, but I decided I didn't like that, so I went on to do shimmery on the outside and the solid at the background. So that is what I've been doing with all of this. I've done the Fresh Freezer with it, and I've done the little buds, these little things here. Then I went one step, I'd got to that stage, and then hubby said, what happens if it doesn't work out? We'd just been talking about the other one being too top heavy, so he's now thinking maybe it'd be too light. So I said, oh, no, it won't happen, no, it's fine. And then it sowed the seeds. I thought, what am I going to do? So I thought I'd prepare some in regular cardstock, and that's what this all is. I'm not going to be using it, I don't think. But what I do is, when I'm trying to choose my colours, this one in particular, I do the colourways each way. So the back of that one was a granny apple green, back of that one is garden green. Then I look at them, decide which one I like, and that's the colour I go with. That was the one I liked best. These others won't be wasted. And then this one, I definitely preferred the one with the dark on the outside, so that's what I've done. Okay, so that I do not think I'm going to be using. Then I started thinking, because this is vellum, oh, this was another one, this is cardstock with the vellum on the top. That was another thing that I thought about. I just had so many ideas with this. Right, now, yeah, that one you can see, and that one. These are actually transparent, you can see through them. I'll show you on this, I think. Yes, you can you see how you can see through that? See the white paper at the back there? And I thought if I put my flowers on my circle here and they come above, then that might not look very, very nice. Plus the fact I got the query about, are they going to be too heavy? So what I've done, eventually, I put more die cuts and I did the white on the back. So not only have I got my vellum as a background, I've got my vellum sparkly, and I've got that there so that it's going to be a lovely weight. So I am using the pink, these, and these leaves. Not sure which leaves at the moment. It's always a bit of a worry when I'm doing the design on the hoof, so to speak. So I'm going to move these pieces here and then move this sheet out of the way. I even did the backing on that one as well, the whites, 2 pieces. But this vellum is absolutely gorgeous, it really is. Right, let's move this. Okay. Now it's not going to take long to finish this off now. What I'm hoping is that I can put a flower each there. And one there. I'd rather have 2 there. Okay, let me get some glue dots, not glue dots, dimensionals. In fact, the one that I had here, what was that? That was cardstock. That was one without. That would be alright to go on there, wouldn't it? Because that's going to be the same colour as the one with the white, methinks. Although, did I have a spare white one? Yes, I did. So I can use 3 if I want to. What I did with the strawberries was I put 2 on the outside and 1 on the inside. Now we don't have to worry too much about coming over the edges, but you do need to take into account the curve. Now how do I mean? I have to be careful of the curve. Yes, like this. You can't go over sideways because that's catching on the edge now. Okay, so when you put this one down, just make sure it doesn't go over the edge there on the side. Top, it's okay. Let's just prove that. Yes, there you go. See, that's all right. Could go over a bit further. So whatever flowers you're using, this is how you can test it, whether it's okay or not. Right, okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to put the backing on that. I'm going to use 2 of these. I'm going to use dimensionals first. I'm not going to go too close to the outside, nor top and bottom. Right, I'm only going to take one of these off. There we go. Alright. So now I'm going to lift that off and do it again, bearing in mind that's where it's coming. Okay, come on, don't play hard to get. I should have put some Tombow on that first. There we go, pull it slowly, it'll come off. What I would like to do is to try and fill the space down to the sentiment. So that's where that one was, wasn't it? I think maybe possibly a dimensional is coming up over there. Let's have a look, see if this works first. Yes, that's good. Tiny, tiny little bit. I wonder if that will... No, it's not sticking. Okay. Now this one. So if I don't stick that bit down, just put 3 dimensionals on this end. In fact, I'm going to... Oh, no, I'm not. That was pulling the paper up, so forget that. I was going to say I should have used 2 small ones there. In fact, I wonder if I should put some leaves in there first. I don't know. Maybe only use the one. I think the solid leaves are going to be better. That's what I'm going to do. I'm only going to do one. I don't like that one so much because what I did was I die cut it one way but used it the other way, so that's the wrong side really. I did it so that I had a leaf which went either side. These have got the nice rounded edges. But I tried flattening them but it didn't really work. Right, that's far too big. Oh, might be able to decorate that. Okay. Can I lift this up? This is one of my little cheats. Right, I wonder if I can just pop that in by cutting that off. So a pair of scissors. So I'm going to cut that off, and I might have to cut some of the side off as well to get it to go in there. Right. Okay, so now I'm cutting up an angle like that. Can you see that? Let me put it down for you so you can see it. Okay, so I've cut that angle off. And then I'm hoping it will go in better. Move that open. Clever, isn't it? Right, how do we want to adhere this? I think I would just use a couple of the smaller dimensionals. Just right down at the bottom, and then possibly I might need to glue part of it. Or I might go back in with a another dimensional later. Depends on how the whole thing moves together. Right, let's use some Tombow while I'm moving around. If you just put some Tombow on there, the sticky of the dimensionals won't work until it dries out. Oops, no, that's not the right position. That's better. Right, now to keep it up there, I'm going to put one of these in to keep it in place. So I'm going to have 2 more small dimensionals. I'll start off with the Tombow on there. Just to give me some much needed wiggle room. There we go. Isn't that brilliant? Oh, I'm pleased with that. I really thought I was going to be using 2 of those. Okay, it's a shame there aren't any smaller flowers in there, but never mind. That is beautiful. I'm really pleased with that. Now, I don't want to overdo this. Oh, I've forgotten that I'd exposed that. Let's use one that hasn't got things on yet. I could do that, and I could do that. I quite like that, but you need something here. I think so. I'm going to go for that. Dimensionals. Yes, because you've got white on the back now, can't I? Okay, let's put some dimensionals on the back here. Just a little bit of extra security, I think I'll give them some half dimensionals. Where's my orange scissors gone? Probably covered up with the ink. That's better. Oh, got a poppy stuck to my finger. Okay, we'll have a couple more. That one can go to the top there. And this one. I think they're all okay. I remember the days when we used to keep cutting the larger dimensionals in half. So Stampin' Up very kindly gave us these minis, and now I cut these in half. I wonder if we get some teeny ones. Oops, don't need that. If I pop that one down and that one up. Yes. What I'm going to do on the back of that one is, because it's going onto the glimmer, I'm going to put a dimensional on it, but I'm also going to put a glue dot. I think one of the best things about the glue dots are that they do stick to glimmer. They were absolutely brilliant for sticking to our glimmer paper. If I put that on top of the dimensional, that one on top of the dimensional, I won't have any problems about them coming off. There we go. And what about on the side? Should we have... Oh, of course I've got backings onto that one. Now this is the one where you need to be careful about where the base here is coming, whether it's going to interfere with that, which it may well do. I think what I'll do is I'll make some more of these little buds and I'll put them in here. But I'm not going to make you sit and wait and watch me to do all that. I'm really pleased with today's card as it is. If you want to see the finished card, please check my blog tomorrow morning. That's Sunday the... what day is it today? Sunday the 9th of May. This year is going so amazingly quickly. I wonder if you agree with me. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this project, and I really... oh, that might have been a bit too far over. If that one goes right down, hold on, and then that will get stuck. You see that? Let's do that again. You watch that pop out. But that's okay, I'm happy. So that's today's card. That was my hand penned. This is my poppies, and this is my strawberries. What a selection. So I will have photographs of all three of them on my blog on tomorrow, Sunday, and I really hope you give this a try. I will probably, when you look tomorrow, I will probably have done something additional on here, and I imagine it's going to be those little buds there, possibly with the leaves. I don't know yet, but do check it out. Many thanks for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed this, and please give me a thumbs up. Never ask you to do that, but please give me a thumbs up. If you want to give me a thumbs down, rather you didn't, but if you do, don't worry, it still counts in my favour as far as the algorithms are concerned. But I will put in the box below all the measurements in inches for A4 cardstock users and metric, and also inches for letter size cardstock users. I'll also list all the ingredients, and they'll have a link. There'll be a link down there to the my online Stampin' Up shop. If you decide you'd like to buy from my shop, I'd really appreciate it. But please remember to use the HOSTESS code, which is just before you check out, so that I can send you free product when I send you Happy Mail at the beginning of the following month. If you've enjoyed my video and like to be notified each time I upload a new one, please click on the subscribe button down there in the right hand corner, and click the bell so you get the notifications. Finally, Stampin' Up have 2 special offers at the moment. One is a joining recruitment offer rather. If you join Stampin' Up, whether you join as a hobbyist or a business builder, instead of choosing £130 for your £99 starter kit, you can choose £154. In euros, that is, instead of choosing £175, you can choose 175 euros. You can choose 207 euros for your €129 starter kit price. It's an amazing offer, and it's a great way to see if you would like to become involved and build your own business, work from home, dictate your own hours, etc. It's a brilliant thing to be doing. I love it. I've never looked back since I gave up my job in London. Really love doing this. And the other special offer is for hosts. It also applies if you put in a large order being over £200, or €270. You get your usual stamping rewards, and you will also get an extra £20 in stamping rewards, or €27. Both great offers. If you want to know more, please visit my website at JanB@JanBcards.com or email me at JanB@JanBcards.com. I said that wrong, didn't I? The website is www.janbcards.com. All the links will be in the box down below, just in case I've confused you, because I've certainly confused myself. Many thanks for joining me today. Look forward to seeing you next time. Please take care, stay safe, happy crafting. Cheerio.